What's going on? So I just wanted to list out some things that are important for you to know if you're joining or wanting to get into IT. Let's begin. So the first thing I think is important for anybody in IT to know is the OSI model. Now, it's not applicable to all jobs, but it's very useful. I use it when I'm troubleshooting day-to-day issues, and sometimes people they'll challenge you. They'll ask you questions. They're like, "Oh, how come you didn't start off at layer one or layer two?" And it's a thing, and you'll literally just be like, "I'm just here to fix the computer. I don't know why I need to know all this," but yeah, following the path to fix things is very important. And that would be the first thing I would say anybody joining the career field should become familiar with. And until you're, I'd say 5 or 6 years in, don't let go of that knowledge. Number two, not all IT jobs are the same. Every company, every city, every area have a different environment. So let's say you start your first job, you absolutely hate it, and things aren't going well for you. A company right down the street may just have something better or different that is more your speed, and you can even maybe even get a pay raise to work there. So just because you have a bad experience with one job doesn't mean it's going to be the same for the next. Number three, just like any other job, uh, there's areas for growth. There's so much to learn. Never stop learning because they say this with the CISSP. They say it's a mile wide and an inch thick. That's true with the entire career field. It's the stuff that you can learn is endless. And I always find myself going down rabbit holes when it comes to IT. And it's mostly because I'm not sure what I really want to do or where I want to focus. So I'm always going or continuously educating myself. I got so many books. I've actually read this entire book. I've done all the practice questions from this book. The list is endless. There's so much to learn. But all I can say is don't give up. Find something that you actually like doing and stick to it. And then hopefully, if you get really good at that, doors will open for you. The fourth thing that I would say, I'm on number four. The next thing that I would say for anybody in IT to do is always have your resume up to date because you never know when things are going to go downhill. And, say quiet quitting is the new negative term for people that are searching for jobs while on the job or while they have a job. Forget all that. Always have a backup plan because you never know when things are going to go downhill. You never know when the boat is going to start sinking and you have to jump off the boat. You need another boat to land into. So I realized that my definition of quiet quitting was wrong. I thought it was where you look for jobs or do research on jobs while you have a job. But it's actually when you do the minimum of your job. The last thing is salary negotiations. This one is difficult because not a lot of people are willing to openly share what they make. So, my suggestion is to do your research, go to Google, type in average salary for my area with these whatever qualifications you have. Now let's look at this one. Average salary for someone with Security Plus in, well, I think this is just worldwide. Let's say you live in Arizona. Yep, I spelled that wrong. Top earners are making $70,000, where the average is $50,000 roughly. So it is very possible that some people aren't reporting their salaries, and that's okay. So let's say you live in a state and you want to work remotely, then you need to do research on where that company is based out of. If they're based out of California, the salary is probably going to be a little bit higher. If it's an Arizona-based company, yeah. So instead of using Google, let's use good old ChatGPT. So the first question I asked it is, if you have 10 years experience in CISSP, what kind of salary range can you expect? $120,000 to $160,000. Now, I know a few people who have more experience and they have their CISSP and they're making over $160,000. It's true. Now, let's say you have 5 years experience in Security Plus. That is very accurate from what I know. Now, let's say you live in Arizona and you have 4 years experience. What is the salary? So based on what we just looked at for Google, it's very close to what Google reported. So you can use both and do some cross-referencing to see if your salary or the idea of what you're aiming for salary-wise is true. There you have it. 5 things that I think you should know if you're either trying to jump into the cybersecurity or IT career field, or if you're brand new. Those are some things you should take into consideration. Thank you for watching. I can watch you for a lifetime.